In the latest turn of events between Armenia and Azerbaijan, the two countries have agreed to meet in Moscow after Russian President Vladimir Putin called for peace talks over Nagorno-Karabakh. Now, talks are expected to take place later today. Russia's invitation came as there appeared no end to the nearly 2 weeks of fighting between Azerbaijan and ethnic Armenian separatists that has claimed over hundreds of lives in the region. An official statement issued by the Kremlin said that the president of Russia is issuing a call to halt the fighting in the Nagorno-Karabakh on humanitarian grounds. The clashes between the two countries have escalated in recent times. The Defense Ministry of the Nagorno-Karabakh region said on Friday that it had recorded another 26 deaths among its military, pushing the death toll to 376 since fighting with Azeri forces erupted on the 27th of September. Azerbaijan said that the city of Ganja had come under fire. Ethnic Armenians who control the region of Nagorno-Karabakh inside Azerbaijan said that Stepanakert and Shusha had been shelled by Azeri forces. Meanwhile, a historic Armenian cathedral has now been damaged in these clashes. Armenia on Thursday accused Azerbaijan of shelling the cathedral in the Nagorno-Karabakh city of Shusha. However, Azerbaijan has denied these claims. The enormous cathedral, built between 1868 and 1887, is a major symbolic importance for Armenians. It is the seat of the Diocese of Karabakh and suffered heavy damage during the 1990s war over the disputed region. Now, this attack comes ahead of the first meeting of international mediators over the conflict. Azerbaijan's Foreign Minister Bayramov has to meet diplomats from France, Russia and the United States on Thursday. No statements have been given from these negotiations being held behind closed doors. Armenian Foreign Minister Zorab is expected to hold separate talks with diplomats on Monday. Washington, Paris and Moscow are co-chairs of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe's Minsk Group that has led mediation over Nagorno-Karabakh since 1992. Vice News correspondent Matthew Castle joins us live from Yerevan for more on this. Good evening. Thank you for being with us. Now, these two countries are to join for talks in the Russian capital. Talks are expected to take place later today. This is an encouraging step. What are we expecting?
Well, who knows what's going to come out of the talks. What's clear is that both civilians on both sides of the border are definitely keen for them to go ahead and for them to, end in results of some kind, because there are rocket strikes, shelling that are taking place both in Nagorno-Karabakh from Azerbaijani forces on the other side and from Armenian forces from inside Nagorno-Karabakh into Azerbaijan. And they're devastating. They're having a devastating toll on both places. So people are very eager for these talks to yield some results today. But we'll see what happens. Right.
Now, there have been devastating results on both sides. One of the things I would like to touch on is the cathedral that is of such major importance symbolically to Armenians, built in 1868. This has been bombed, but Azerbaijan is denying this. What do we know about that?
Yeah, it's unclear. How Azerbaijan would deny bombing such a cathedral when they have been conducting pretty much non-stop airstrikes, rocket strikes, shelling of Nagorno-Karabakh for the past almost 2 weeks now. I was just there a few days ago in the main city, Stepanakert, where there was non-stop attacks happening there. Some were very pinpointed, and you can see this from Azerbaijani videos that they themselves release on their social media, where they show direct hits on Armenian military targets in the region. But some seem to be more indiscriminate in the sense that they were hitting civilian targets, homes, civilian infrastructure. We did not see, by the time we left a few days ago, any attacks on some of the historic buildings like the churches that happened in Shushi just yesterday, but it's unclear where else this attack could have come from, if not from Azerbaijan. But like I said, the attacks are nonstop and indiscriminate, so they're hitting a lot of places all over the region right now.
Right. Matthew, Nagorno-Karabakh is internationally recognized as belonging to Azerbaijan. Both sides, of course, blaming each other for the starting of these casualties. But while the talks are underway, it's most important for a ceasefire. Has there been any mention of that in the meantime?
Well, that's what Russia is pushing for by bringing both foreign ministers of both countries to Moscow. They want to push for an immediate ceasefire. Until now, unlike previous skirmishes or flare-ups in the violence of this long ongoing conflict, there has not been any sign that either side is going to commit to a ceasefire just as of yet. The fighting is still raging on both sides of the border. And like I said, civilians are bearing the brunt of it on both sides and are very eager for there to be a ceasefire of some kind.
Matthew, thank you very much for joining us for all the latest coming out of this conflict.